What if the walls of history could speak, and the stories they told were not of glory, but of horror? Deep within an ancient forest lies a forgotten abbey, cursed by the sins of the past. Whispers of ghostly apparitions, forbidden rituals, and a relic so dangerous it could doom anyone who touches it. When a team of curious adventurers stumbled upon its dark secrets, they unleashed horrors beyond their imagination. This isn't just a story, it's a nightmare that still lingers in the shadows. Welcome to the tale of Blackwood Abbey, a story of betrayal, terror, and the ultimate fight for survival. But be warned, not all who enter will return. Prepare yourself for a journey into the unknown, if you dare. Blackwood Abbey, an ancient monastery buried deep within the misty forests of Scotland, has always been shrouded in whispers of death and the supernatural. Established in the 13th century, its history is riddled with mysterious disappearances, gruesome deaths, and a tale of one cursed relic that has haunted the place for centuries. Tonight, we uncover the chilling truth behind the blood-stained walls of Blackwood Abbey, a tale so horrifying that even the bravest of souls would falter. In 1878, Arthur Melville, a renowned historian, and his team arrived at Blackwood Abbey to study its architecture and collect evidence about its infamous cursed relic, the Crucible of Sorrow. A chalice said to contain the blood of an unholy ritual. Legend had it that whoever touched the relic would be haunted by the spirits of the damned. As the group approached the crumbling gates of the abbey, Arthur hesitated. The air felt heavier here, and the shadows seemed alive. But curiosity overpowered caution, and he led his team into the foreboding structure. "Are you sure about this, Arthur?" asked Claire, his assistant, clutching her coat against the cold. "History is waiting to be uncovered," Arthur replied, though unease flickered in his voice. The interior of the abbey was a labyrinth of dark corridors, adorned with grotesque statues of tortured faces and symbols of unknown origins. But the most unsettling feature was the chilling silence. No birds, no rustling leaves, just an unnatural stillness. In the heart of the abbey, they found the relic, a golden chalice resting on a stone altar. Its surface was etched with runes that seemed to writhe and shift under the flickering light of their lanterns. "Don't touch it," warned Father Gregory, a local priest who had joined them as a guide. But Arthur, driven by his hunger for fame, ignored the warning. He carefully lifted the chalice. The moment his hands made contact, a deafening scream echoed through the abbey. The air grew icy, and the walls seemed to close in. Shadows stretched unnaturally, and the faint chanting grew louder, as if a crowd of invisible beings were surrounding them. The group tried to escape, but found themselves trapped in a maze of shifting corridors. The abbey seemed alive, twisting and changing to keep them inside. Claire was the first to succumb. She ran ahead, screaming, only to disappear into the darkness. Moments later, her voice echoed back, distorted and inhuman. "You should have listened. You should have stayed away." Arthur and Father Gregory pressed on, but the relic seemed to grow heavier in Arthur's bag. He could hear whispers coming from it, taunting him, urging him to drink from the chalice. I can't take it anymore," Arthur screamed, pulling the chalice from his bag. Before Gregory could stop him, Arthur drank from it. Arthur's body convulsed, and he collapsed to the ground. The room grew darker as a swarm of shadowy figures emerged, their faces contorted in eternal agony. Father Gregory realized the truth. The relic wasn't cursed. It was a beacon, a doorway to something far worse. The spirits weren't just haunting the abbey. They were protecting the world from what lay beyond. Arthur rose, but he was no longer himself. His eyes glowed red, and his voice echoed with 1,000 screams. "The Crucible has chosen me. You cannot stop what is coming. Father Gregory, clutching his crucifix, began reciting an exorcism. The shadows writhed and screamed, but Arthur, or the thing he had become, laughed. "You are too late, priest. The gate is open." Summoning all his courage, Father Gregory plunged the crucifix into Arthur's chest. A blinding light filled the room as the shadows shrieked and retreated. The abbey trembled, its walls cracking and crumbling. Arthur let out a final, ear-piercing scream before collapsing. The chalice shattered, and the shadows vanished. Father Gregory, battered and broken, stumbled out of the abbey as it collapsed behind him. The forest was silent once more, but the priest knew the battle was far from over. The ruins of Blackwood Abbey remain hidden in the forest, and the tale of the Crucible of Sorrow is all but forgotten. But some say the relic was not destroyed, only hidden, waiting for its next victim. So if you ever find yourself near Blackwood Abbey, heed this warning. Some doors should never be opened, and some relics should remain lost to time. If you enjoyed this story, so don't forget like and subscribe.